I get a lot of questions like, what supplements should I take? How much of the supplement should I take? And that's a really big question because we're all different and unique, but I'm gonna share with you my top supplements in general that are good for everyone, how much to take, when to take them, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Sandra here. Today we're gonna be talking about everybody's favorite topic, supplements. I'm gonna recommend my top 4 supplements that I think everybody should be taking. So, the first supplement that you wanna take, and these are really in no particular order. Vitamin C has been studied for decades. It's a really awesome vitamin that we take through a supplement or get it through our food because unlike cats, we are not able to synthesize this vitamin in our bodies. I recommend taking 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams per day, though I've taken up to 5,000 milligrams or 5 grams with no harmful effects because vitamin C goes right through our system. We actually urinate or pee out our excess vitamin C because it is water soluble. Because vitamin C is water soluble, it's recommended for most absorption to take it on an empty stomach with just water, so maybe a half an hour before meals or 2 hours after a meal. Because vitamin C is very acidic, it can cause nausea. So if you are taking this on an empty stomach and you notice nausea, then you're gonna wanna take it with a meal or a snack. Don't worry, you'll still absorb some vitamin C. Second vitamin that I recommend, vitamin B complex, also a water-soluble vitamin. So again, you're gonna try and take that on an empty stomach. Though you can take it with food, it's just supposed to have increased absorption if you take it alone or with your vitamin C. Vitamin B complex is really important for having good energy because it helps to digest, assimilate, and kind of break open those carbohydrate molecules and utilize them for energy. So we want to take vitamin B complex earlier in the day versus later in the day so that it doesn't affect our sleep with that increased energy. You want to look for like 25 milligram vitamin B complex. I know they have it in like the 50 milligrams, but really why buy more than you need when you're just going to pee out the excess anyway? So look for like a 25 milligram. Vitamin B6, just as a side note, can be super helpful for women who suffer from PMS or moodiness, depression, irritability during that time of the month. It can be a really good mood stabilizer, so look for vitamin B6. And combining that with our next recommended supplement is magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that's found in our soil. Unfortunately, our soil is depleted of this mineral, so we're really not getting enough magnesium from the foods and the plants that we eat. So we need to supplement with this. And I recommend supplementing 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate or some complex form of magnesium glycinate. They also sell a more expensive form called magnesium citrate, which can be super helpful if you are constipated because that magnesium goes right through you, and so it helps if you're constipated. But if you want to absorb this magnesium into your tissues, then you're gonna wanna get something called magnesium glycinate. And magnesium glycinate helps to calm your nervous system. So if you're an anxious person, if you get headaches, if you have muscle cramping at nighttime to sleep, then you're gonna wanna take magnesium. It's a really important supplement for all of us, and like I said, we tend to be depleted in it. It can help with food cravings if you're deficient in this mineral. So try magnesium glycinate. So moving on to our final recommended supplement, that is zinc. So zinc you've probably heard a lot about in the media because it tends to, or it's been shown to boost your immunity. So I recommend 15 milligrams of zinc per day. I know that many sources sell it at 50 milligrams, and I believe that's just way too high. If you have too much zinc, you're going to be depleted of copper in your body. So we don't want that to happen. So I tell people just to break those 50 milligram tablets in half and take 25 milligrams per day. Zinc is an important essential mineral that we need in our bodies. So you can take this on an empty stomach. Actually, you're supposed to absorb it more if you do take it on an empty stomach. But again, if it makes you feel nauseous, then definitely take it with a meal or a snack. So those are the top 4 supplements that I recommend in general for all people. Just try those out. They tend to be very safe. but always check with your doctor, of course. Okay, so these next 3 supplements that I'm going to be talking about, you're going to want to check with your doctor first to make sure that number 1, you don't have any drugs that you're taking that may interact with the supplement, and number 2, that you're not going to overdose on this particular supplement. So the first one is vitamin D is the one that you want to get your blood levels checked and make sure that you are in an optimal range. So I got my blood levels checked and noticed that I was on the really low end of what was accepted, and you don't want to be there. You want to be in the range. So I actually purchased a book from a doctor online who specializes in raising vitamin D levels to that optimum healthy level. She does it for people who have trouble sleeping, but like I said, low vitamin D can affect your immunity and also your mood. So you really want to have the optimal level of vitamin D. So I just supplemented by taking large doses of vitamin D over a period of a month, and then I checked my blood levels again and they were at the optimal range, and now I'm at a standard dose during the summer, and then I'll probably change that up during the winter. So vitamin D is not water soluble, it's absorbed and it stays in our tissues. So you can overdose on vitamin D. That's why you need to be very careful with how much you're taking, and you need to check your blood levels and work with the doctor to make sure that you're not taking too much. Most of us are on the other end of the spectrum. We're not getting enough. We're not getting outside enough and absorbing the sun's rays. And through the months, I believe, of November through May, we're really not able to absorb vitamin D because of the way that the rays hit the atmosphere. It doesn't hit our skin. There's really only certain months during the year, if you're living in the northern hemisphere, that you can actually absorb vitamin D. So you're probably going to need to supplement if you're not, naked outside all day long, where you're going to really absorb as much vitamin D as you need to store for that summer. So supplement with vitamin D, but check your blood levels first. Work with a physician. I will put the links to the program that I used and the physician that I used in the description box or in the email, so you can check that out if you're interested. The second supplement that's very effective and also very popular right now is turmeric, with the popular ingredient of curcumin being the potent nutrient that is making all of those differences. And turmeric is a root, sort of like ginger, and curcumin is that plant antioxidant that's found in the turmeric itself. And turmeric is a really potent antioxidant, so it's going to decrease inflammation levels in your body. And science is discovering that too much inflammation, chronic inflammation, can not only cause weight gain, but can cause a lot of diseases as well. So when you reduce inflammation in your body, you typically reduce pain as well. So turmeric can be helpful in reducing pain from arthritis or joint pain. So it's worth a try. You can get turmeric pretty much anywhere, Costco, online, etc. You want to look for a turmeric supplement that is combined with pepperdine, this pepper extract. It makes it more absorbable. You also want to take the turmeric with a meal because the absorption rate is increased with fats. Okay, there's something out there called turmeric milk. You can Google or look for YouTube videos on how to make this turmeric milk, and it's really a paste that you combine the turmeric powder with coconut oil and some pepper, and I do cinnamon, and you make this paste, and then you can just add it to water or milk, add some ginger, and it's a really soothing tea to have to get your turmeric dose in. So that's one way that you can do it, or you can just pop a pill, super easy. And then finally, I want to talk about fish oil. So fish oil is really great for depression, good for bones, it actually makes your blood thinner. It can aid in weight loss. Fish oil helps to make your cell membranes more pliable and bendy and not so rigid. And we tend to be low in omega-3 fatty acids because we're just not eating enough fish. But you want to make sure that the fish that you eat comes from a healthy source that's not going to be toxic with mercury. So you want to find a fish oil that gets its fish oil from small fish who don't have time being in the ocean to get contaminated with mercury, like tuna. So you want to look for a fish oil that gets its source from anchovies or sardines, small fish like that. You can also buy krill oil for your omega-3 fatty acids. You want to make sure that the source that you're getting is not rancid, because fish oil oxidizes very easily. If it's exposed to heat, it can go bad and rancid. You want to make sure that the source that you buy from has a really good way to ship its product from the manufacturer to the store. So sometimes in that travel, it can be exposed to high temperature and heat, and then your product is spoiled, and you will notice that when it has a really strong fish oil, more than normal, that just makes your stomach kind of churn a little bit. So you can take fish oil through pill form or liquid form, and I'll post some examples of really quality companies that make sure that their fish oil is not high in mercury, and also has good shipping. Usually, you have to check with the store and everything, but usually good shipping delivery. Okay, so those are the 3 supplemental supplements in addition to the 4. So just as a review, we're looking at the top 4 that most people should be taking are vitamin C. Again, you cannot overdose on vitamin C. Vitamin B complex, we're looking at 25 milligrams versus like 50 milligrams. You really don't need that much. You're gonna pee it out anyway. So about 25 milligrams of vitamin B complex every day, 500 to 1,000 milligrams, maybe more if you're looking to boost your energy of the vitamin C. Take those on an empty stomach with water. If you get nauseous, then have that with a meal. Okay, and then zinc, we're looking at 15 milligrams, and magnesium, about 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. And then finally, our additional supplements that you want to check your doctor with is the vitamin D, because remember, you can overdose on vitamin D. And so you want to check your blood levels and see where you're at so that you can get to the optimal level. And then we have turmeric. Again, that can have drug interactions with certain medications. So turmeric is a powerful antioxidant and in general, very safe to take, but do check with your doctor. And then finally, fish oil, because it can thin your blood. It can interact with some different blood thinners. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Happy to answer any questions as best as I can. Thank you for watching and listening and subscribing, and we'll see you